And the knife is this, it's so big.
There's people dying, and I need realistic deaths.
Let's talk. Trinity,
Mom,
do you like scary movies?
you know I like scary movies.
Good, because we are talking about Scream today.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell by her shirt, you can't even see it, but she's got a Billy Loomis shirt on, which is super fangirl, and I dig it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be talking about the 96 and the 2022 version.
Exactly.
1 and 5.
Yeah, they had the most in common in terms of like recreating the franchise and the characters and everything. So this is going to be fun.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Yes.
So we are kind of going to start with the similarities of the movie because there's so many.
Yeah.
And I was just doing some research and I saw that the writers and directors decided that they were like, let's just throw it all at the wall because we don't know if we're going to make another one after this. So let's do it full circle. Let's show our love for the original. And I think that's probably one of my favorite Screams after the first one.
After the first one. No, because they did a great job. And it felt like the old one because it really was like the same house, kind of the same characters. The same house, y'all. And it was really the same formula. So I think that's why we liked it too, because it felt like this 90s slasher all over again.
A throwback.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we love a throwback.
We really do. Especially if it's a throwback to the 90s. I know there's other generations, but I mean,
90s is peak right now. I know everyone is like obsessed with 90s fashion and 90s music. I am. But 90s is a really lovely time. And I hope you all appreciated living in the 90s when you were living in the 90s.
You know what's really funny is a lot of times people don't realize how great something is when you're in it. But we did.
Man. Oh, y'all did?
We were partying. Oh my God. Going to the club in the 90s. People who are millennials will say that the early 2000s clubbing was the best, which I'm sure it was fun. I had small children. I wasn't at the club anymore. But the 90s, we were in business casual clothing. We were sweating out our hair.
Let's bring it back to the business casual. What?
Business casual, girl, because you couldn't get into the club in jeans and tennis shoes. So here we are in like slacks, like cardigans. Yeah, like
serious?
Look back. Oh, girl, I'll show you some pictures. We were a hot mess, but we looked cute. Okay.
I bet y'all did.
They weren't going to let us in, so we had to dress accordingly.
Business casual to the club is crazy.
And when you left, the heels were on your hand. Period. You're walking barefoot. Your hair is sweated out. You look a hot mess. If you didn't bring a scrunchie in your party purse, you were in trouble.
No.
And then you're going to go to get some breakfast.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
And is this Denny's or IHOP or Waffle House?
Jerry's Deli.
Jerry's Deli? You have a specific place?
Yep. If people in LA, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Amen. Okay.
Yes, so you can't tell me the 90s weren't fun. We had the best time.
Okay.
So
all I'm saying is that Gen Z, 2015 to 2016, y'all know what I'm talking about. Obviously not for like the world, but like the music and the culture and the outlandishness of everything. I think that was
I can agree with you.
And it was like the music was kind of, I don't know, poppy and weird. It was like a melting pot and people were trying to figure out what they like still. And it was really like weird. But yeah, that's our time.
Okay. I like that. Well, everybody's got to have their time, but put it in the comments. All right. People who partied in the millennial time, people who are partying now, and people who partied in the 90s. Let me know.
What was the best time to party? And why?
And why?
And why? I need whys.
Right. You can't just put your gen and then be
exactly. No, represent.
Just because I said so.
Represent. But to bring it back to the movies, I was struggling to figure out a costume related thing for this. And you know I have to do a costume related thing.
Yes.
Like I have to bring it. But now that it comes down to the references and the similarities, immediately when I was watching, I was like, this is giving Riverdale in some aspects. And this is the first movie that we're talking about. So just for the first one, the Letterman jacket that the boyfriend, I don't remember his name, in the beginning of the
Billy?
movie. No, the boyfriend in the beginning. That was
Steve.
Was that his name?
I think so.
He was there for like 5 seconds.
Why did I remember his name? I don't know.
But Steve, the Letterman jacket that he was wearing.
Drew Barrymore's boyfriend.
Yeah.
He plays football.
And he was big. He was not. And he died so quickly. Rest in peace, man.
Aww.
But the Letterman jacket that he was wearing was giving Riverdale.
Okay.
And I can't say giving Riverdale. I mean, like, Riverdale referenced it a lot. And even if you look at the comic books, the Letterman was a little different. It wasn't
really.
Yeah, it wasn't like
so
the one that they
show,
chose.
They specifically
exactly, and it was never confirmed, and I don't know if this is like intentional or not, but it looked very similar to the Letterman in Scream.
Well, you mentioned that when we were watching it.
Yeah,
you were like, this is feeling like Riverdale. What's the
Riverdale.
connection? And then you figured out, you remembered.
Yeah, I remembered. I'm like, duh, Skeet is in Riverdale. He plays, Mr. Skeet plays
Mr.
Jughead
Skeet.
Jones, his father, FP, in Riverdale. Horrible father, by the way. And I was like, duh, obviously there's the connection right there.
You brought up Skeet.
Yes.
I did not watch Riverdale, but you saying that he was a horrible father is kind of hilarious to me because he was horrible in all those 90s shows too, or movies too. Like
every single one.
He was on The Craft and he was horrible. He was on this and he was horrible. And so I did a deep dive in his IMDb and for some reason he got typecast as the kind of bad guy or the horrible guy. You know, he's like a thug. I think his second credit is listed as thug. And
why?
I have no idea. But if you, what did I say when we were watching the movie? I was like, his eyes are giving.
It's giving nothing is behind those
eyes.
They're
Even like serial killer. So maybe, because, you know, I've been really paying attention to like casting and you have somebody who is always cast as like the good guy, the friend, somebody who's always cast as a villain. I think it's the eyes.
Oh, 100%. The eyes are like what determines everything else for sure.
The window to the soul, as they say.
I mean, what do my eyes say? Be honest. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
She does want to know. Let her know. But yes, I think that was intentional because if it wasn't the comic book, because you even said it with the cheer outfit too, with the girl in the bathroom on the
cheer
first
outfit
movie.
Looks so similar as well, especially with the skirt. Maybe they like modernized the top version, but the skirt was like copy and paste. And the Letterman was pretty much copy and paste. They changed the W to an R. That's it.
Well, it's like I think I said in the last episode that everybody from my generation is now making entertainment. Right. And so we are going to reference our stuff and we're going to bring our legends forward and put them in our shows.
True. So maybe or maybe not. It was never confirmed, but I thought so.
Did you see any other costume stuff you wanted to talk about?
I did. I wanted to talk about Tatum's jersey, the number 10 jersey.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw it and I was instantly like, this is Elm Street. This is the iconic crop top that he wore in Elm Street. And I was like, yes, I love the reference.
I love all of the references in the movie because, of course, it was directed by
Wes as well.
Yes.
So he did that one as well. So I was like, okay, no brainer. But when I was researching it, apparently it was Rose's shirt. Was that her name? Yeah.
Yeah, Rose McGowan.
It was
McGowan, sorry.
It was her shirt. And she brought it on set. And the costume designer was like, oh, is this intentional? It kind of looks like Elm Street? And she's like, I don't know. And Wes was like, I don't know, but I love it. So no one knows if it was intentional or not. But it was like a subtle nod.
I love a nod. Yeah. And I feel like, because even in the 96 Scream, there were nods to the previous generations, the people who were filmmaking at that time.
Right.
You know, because I was telling you about the Fonz. So the Fonz was the principal in the first movie. He also had a really horrible death. I feel like everybody had a bad death.
It was pretty epic, though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then he was hanging from the football field thing.
But they never got to see it. Boo.
I know. But that's what got all the kids out of the house because you got to get them out.
I mean, somehow.
Right. But the Fonz was a legend from the previous generations. And so they brought it in. And so I feel like it's just this full circle thing that people keep doing.
Yeah, for sure.
So you know, I don't know who your generation is going to bring forward, but it'll be fun to see in like 20 years.
Yeah, when everyone becomes of age and it's like, who are our people? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm excited to see. So, yeah.
So when we were talking about references and like similarities, the one that stuck out to me the most was the final girl. Okay. So what I love about the Scream franchise is that it looks directly at the horror tropes and then they pivot and they do something interesting and fresh and fun, but they don't shy away from them.
Yeah.
And so they have final girls, of course, but the final girls fight back.
Yeah.
Constantly. Both Sidney and the Carpenter girls.
They weren't going to lie down and just like let them
not
kill
at all. And side note, one
Mhm.
of my biggest pet peeves about movies, period, is that they stop hitting the bad guy. They hit him once, he falls.
And then that's it. And they run away.
No. Pick that bat back up and hit him a few more times.
More and more and more and more.
That's why I say split the head open and then maybe, and that's another thing that the Scream franchise does. They make you wait because they're always going to pop up and they're always going to scare you.
Yeah.
And then they get them that one last time.
That one little, yeah.
And so those are super fun that it's like they lean into all of the tropes. They say them and then they're just like, no, we're going to do something different.
Yeah. Like that one scene when Wes in the 22 version, like his, offing scene, but every time he would like open a door and we think that Ghostface was right behind there and then they'd close it again and they're like, no, not this one, not this one. And
because the music would swell.
Yeah.
And you're like, he's going to be behind that refrigerator door.
Yeah, they were messing with us.
No, he wasn't.
And then all of a sudden he turned around and boom, that was the one.
And I wasn't even expecting that.
I was least expecting that one.
How dare you, sir?
I'm insulted, but good. Very, very good.
Because if you like horror, you like to be scared.
Yes.
Or it's so cheesy that you laugh.
Yeah. And it usually is one or the other. It's never like a in-between.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, well. But I did have one last costume related like fun fact and like connection. But this one is for the main movie and the costume designer, Cynthia. She said that she used the Scream by Edvard Munch. You know that one painting where he's on a bridge and he goes like this?
Yeah.
She used the colors from that scheme to dress everyone in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. So you see mostly with Tatum and her looks and stuff and how it was like orange and yellow. And then you see the blues with Sidney. Thank you. Sidney. Blues that she was wearing and everything. It was all coming from that picture. And so she was just like...
I know you guys are looking at it on the screen, but I need to pull that up again and see.
Yeah, and see like the colors because it makes sense, right? As you look at it, you're like, oh, okay. Because I was wondering, I was like, this is so specific.
Well, that's fun though, because you can just pull references from whatever you feel like, and the fact that she chose the Scream painting
was cool.
Yeah.
The Scream for Scream. Clever.
Very clever.
Very, very clever.
Very clever.
Yeah.
So Kevin Williamson, the screenwriter of the original movie, he actually first wrote this as a one-act play.
Wait, what?
He did. Yeah.
Wait, I would kill to see that.
Right? I mean, I don't know if it was ever produced. I don't think so. But when he finished it, he was like, actually, this kind of deserves to be a screenplay. So he extended it and turned it into what we know as Scream.
A one-act play. Does he still have that lying around somewhere?
Oh, my goodness. Now I have to check.
Now I need to know.
Yes. Because I would totally read that. And then
absolutely.
And then give it to the local elementary school to put it on.
Not the elementary school. At least bump it up to high school.
Middle school.
There's people dying. And I need realistic deaths. Not the kids that are like... No, I need something. I need the high schoolers to be like,
because it was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was the beginning part with Drew Barrymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when we're talking about those first victims in the 2022, Jenna Ortega's character, Tara, she's the first victim to survive.
She is. Yeah. Because we thought she died. After they did the little moment and then it cut to the title card. Right. We thought she died, but she lived.
She probably should have. But we know if you've seen the movie, sorry, spoiler alert. There's going to be a lot of spoilers in this. But if you've seen the movie, the killers, wanted her to survive.
They did.
And so they stabbed her in such a way that she wasn't going to die.
Exactly. But ow.
Ugh.
Like everywhere in the back and everything too. Ugh.
I'd
Every
rather
time
be
I
shot.
see, honestly, horrible. I think Ghostface is terrifying because it's so personal and how he stabs you.
And the knife is it's so big.
Big. Oh my goodness.
Mm-mm.
And it's like 5 or 6 stabs, not just one.
Yeah, you are getting stabbed.
Okay. And speaking of people getting stabbed, Dewey.
Poor Dewey.
And Chad are resident pincushions for this for this franchise.
Yes.
100%.
They are. Because poor Dewey, over the 5 movies, well, the 4 movies, he said he was stabbed 9 times. And then in the end, I think he got stabbed another 3. Oh, what a way to go.
My goodness. No. I'm going to just say no.
And poor Chad, I feel like he caught up in 1 movie.
Oh my, at least a dozen times, right? At least.
I thought he was dead. He was done
Both
for,
times.
gone, and then the next movie, 6, he
yeah,
gets stabbed again, and you think he's dead. And I'm like, okay, so he's now the new, like you said, the pin cushion.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
God, because they go after them like crazy. And they're super nice, not that bright, but we love them.
Very nice guys.
Very nice guys.
So we should add the rule to the Scream that if you are a nice guy, you might be the pincushion.
See, that's problematic. Because the mean guy is Ghostface.
Yes. Well, not in the 2022 version.
Yeah,
Jack
you're right.
Quaid, what was his name? Richie? Richie was super goofy. Oh, look at your face.
Because as we're dialing in and watching the most recent one, we're paying attention because we know at the end he, spoiler, is the Ghostface killer. So we're paying attention to all the things that he did the whole time. That was like a little suspicious. Why were there so many moments?
That's good storytelling, because when you're watching it in the moment, either you misinterpret it or you don't see it.
Right.
But then once you know the ending, you can go back and you're like, oh, it was right there.
All the
clues were there. I mean, when he met Dewey, the look on his face, he was just in awe. Like, oh my God, I just met my greatest hero.
Exactly. And he's in the back and he was kind of out of focus. And so you weren't supposed to be paying attention to him. But if you caught him, it's like, uh-oh,
he's meeting Dewey. And then he wasn't even the one who got to kill Dewey, though, because there were 2. There's always 2, I think, except for 1 movie. But yeah, there was 2 killers. One was Amber and one was Richie. And I really appreciate the ways in which they deflected from them.
Right.
Because, one of Randy's rules is everybody's a suspect, right?
Everybody.
And so they did a really good job at connecting the current friend group with legacy characters.
Definitely.
And making it seem like, oh, you have a reason to do this and you have a reason to do this.
Exactly.
And then, but Amber, she was so loyal to Tara that you were like,
oh, for sure.
And she was kind of not in the movie. She was
not at
a
all
side character. She wasn't very, very prevalent until the end. And then Richie was just goofy. And then also he was attacked at the hospital. So
yeah, so that threw us off the scent immediately. We're like, okay, couldn't be, right?
Right, exactly.
Smart.
Super, super smart.
Just like making a phone call in jail as Ghostface. Your one phone call in jail as Ghostface to throw off the scent. Super smart, Billy.
Yes, very, very smart. But I do want to talk about how in the original, he dropped the phone out of his pocket and Sidney was like, you're the killer.
Amen. She didn't even wait.
She did not hesitate. She said, call the police. You're done. Amen. And that's why she's such a great final girl. She did not play.
No, because I don't care who you are. You ain't that important anyway.
But also cell phones were not so prevalent that the fact that he had a cell phone, she was like, oh, it was
and
you.
Another thing, calling them the cellular phone.
I was like, it's why do they keep doing that? I'm like, because that's what it was.
It's just a phone.
Because if you say phone, we think you mean landline over there on the counter.
No.
I remember somebody told me in a script too, they were like, you don't have to put cell phone. You just put phone because everybody knows that phone means your cell phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
How times have changed.
Right?
They say mobile phone, home phone.
Cellular phone.
Yeah. No.
You're like, I don't like it.
No. Pick up your iPhone.
Oh my God. But we were talking about Amber and how she was such a prevalent character towards the end. And she was having a house party to memorialize Wes. And I mean, something about a teen movie, you will always have a house party.
Always.
It does not matter. Got to come back to that. But then they revealed that it was Stu Macher's house from the original movie.
I kind of love how they kept that a secret until it was like the moment. You'd only see glimpses, and they didn't show the staircase well. The little living room, they didn't show it well. It was very smart. I like that.
And that is so cool because that's such an iconic place, location from the first movie. They spent like almost half the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I think 45 minutes was spent there.
Yeah.
And so that was really lovely. They were able to bring that back because you can't really do a full circle movie without the house. But I did find out that you can tour that house. Yeah.
So that's happening, right?
Road trip.
Yes. We love a road trip.
Right?
Oh, I love it.
But how fun would that be?
Absolutely amazing. You have to get like a costume too, right?
Oh, you have to.
You have to.
Speaking of costume, and I have my one little fun fact.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
They, in the script, it said it was a ghost mask. That was it. And they could not find the right one. And they were doing a location scout. And one of the crew, one of the heads of the department, saw one of those lying over like somebody's chair or something, because it was going to be somebody's Halloween costume.
Really?
And she pulled up the mask and brought it to everybody. And she's like, what do you think about this? And they were like, meh. They were not impressed.
Excuse me?
Not impressed. But she kept pushing.
Yeah.
And then they, rethought it. And they were like, actually, this is kind of great. But then they had to get permission to be able to use it because it was an existing costume. Like, it really did exist. They didn't create that for Scream.
Right. How did that work? Okay, did they stop producing that costume? Was it only meant for the movie? Because I'm curious.
I don't know for sure, but if they were smart, they were like, hey, this is the costume used in Scream.
And they'd get that money. I'm
exactly.
saying.
Sell all those costumes. You do what you got to do in these positions.
But that also goes hand in hand with horror and being super cheap to make and being super long lasting and iconic.
Yeah.
But it was super cheap.
Super cheap. I mean, because the most expensive thing on a set is your cast.
Always.
On a production. And so, I mean, I'm sure that leads to why they don't cast stars. They make stars.
Period.
And that's what I love about horror so much. To the point that Courtney Cox really wanted to be in the original movie, and they were like,
girl, you got friends.
Yeah,
you're good.
I don't know if you're gonna be right for this. And she wrote a letter to
letter.
Wes Craven. I know, girl. What was she gonna send an email? There was no email. She was sending a letter.
Type up an email and then
and just saying how much she wanted to play the role, and that Gail Weathers looked like a bitch, and she could totally play a bitch.
Period. And she did so well too.
She was horrible, and I loved it. She was so perfect for this journalist. But then also just kind of watching all the movies, you see her journey. And on the last movies, she's all about saving people. She didn't want to write a book about Ghostface or any of the murderers. She really just wanted to save people.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a lovely transition for Gail.
Yeah. Wonderful character development right there. Because at that time, she had just broken up with Dewey. And in real life, too. In real life, they had just gone through a divorce. Messy. But they also got to say their semi-goodbyes, even though it was kind of unfinished. And her moving on to her life in New York and wanting to stay. They had to close it up in a way and make her more polite and nicer. And, she's not the same power-hungry, person that she used to be. So
you go through some things, and she's just like, is it worth it? Because she was on a morning show, which is consistent work. And,
I mean,
everybody knows her name, and she's written a bunch of books. And but she's also been trying, there's been attempted murder against her 5 different times.
Like, that's what it is, like, it's kind of traumatizing, right?
Exactly. So she's just like, there's more to life.
Yeah.
And then also losing Dewey, which I saw.
Dewey.
I know. And we love Dewey so much. But I saw that Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox actually came to the directors of this movie and were like, maybe we should film it both ways, that Dewey dies and that Dewey doesn't die, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah, because they said that's something that Wes Craven would do, is when there was a really important character, he would film it both ways. Just maybe he wants to change his mind. Maybe he doesn't want to kill this character, or maybe he does. It just, but you have both options.
Just in case.
Exactly. And the article I read, it wasn't clear whether they filmed it both ways, but we know which one they used. So
Dewey dying.
Poor Dewey.
Oh, no.
I know.
You like Dewey. He was a great character.
He was a great character, but like you said, they introduced a new Dewey.
They did. Chad. Which I like Chad too. And I like his character and how they switched it up and how they made it so sharing your location was the big step in the relationship as opposed to.
That's very Gen Z.
It's like, do I really want to share my location?
Right.
It's full on tracking 24/7. But then that ended up being used against him.
With his girlfriend, who the first time I watched it, I wouldn't have been surprised if she was the killer.
Right. She looked like it.
She looked like it. She was acting like it.
Yeah.
And also her location led him to the bushes where, and she wasn't dead.
Exactly.
You know, her phone was there, like she was luring him there, but then she wasn't dead later. Suspect.
Very suspect. And then even though I didn't really like her, the way she died was crazy.
Because Amber did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great reveal.
Great reveal.
The reveals on this movie were fantastic because we thought, okay, it was Amber. Great. We have one killer.
Right.
And then we kept going and I was about to call him Stewie. Richie.
I love that.
And then Richie went another few minutes acting like he was the victim.
The whole time.
Yes. And also, okay, liar.
Such a liar.
When he said he has never watched a stab movie.
Please.
And then we catch him watching a YouTube and Trinity caught that he had been subscribed
to this fan thing. It's like, why are you subscribed if you've never watched a stab movie?
Ever watched it?
And
really?
If you've never watched it, how do you know there's always two killers?
Exactly.
I know what you are.
I do. So I have some fun facts.
Yes, please.
Okay. So you know how in the first movie, Drew Barrymore was all over the poster. You weren't around at that time, but I remember the promotion was like, Drew Barrymore is in this, Neve Campbell, blah, blah, blah. And she had the biggest face on the poster as well.
Yeah.
And then they killed her in the first 15 minutes.
I love.
How great is that?
Yes. Keep on your toes.
That was her. She asked to play that character because she had come in to play Sidney.
Really? Is that right?
Yeah, but she asked to play Casey, the first death, because she was like, the thing that bothers me the most about horror movies is you know who's going to make it to the end because who's top billing. And that's somebody who's been in the industry since they were 4.
Wow.
You know, and
She's so right.
She was like, so it would be really fun if you make me the first death.
I love that. Thank you.
Right?
Because everyone was like, whoa.
Oh, that shocked the hell out of me. I was like, oh, I don't know who did it now. I don't know who did it. I don't know who is even my main character now.
Exactly. Yeah,
she was gone. I said, oh. And she had such a horrible death. And
yeah, it was kind of brutal. Oh my goodness.
First, okay. So Scream, for a while, I'd been like, oh, this is kind of like a horror comedy, you know, because there's like some comic moments in it. But it's really brutal.
Really, really dark.
And they get close on all the movies. Because at first I was like, oh, I don't remember this one being so dark. But the new one's super dark.
Yeah.
You know, they're all like, especially that first kill, you're going to get in there. You're going to see the knife going in. And it's so.
And the sound effects.
It's visceral.
It is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And to the point that Wes Craven actually turned down the movie when he first was sent the script for being too dark.
Too dark?
Imagine.
Really?
Imagine.
Freddie. Knives for hands, too dark.
Right.
Be for real.
But apparently he did.
Well, I'm glad
they got him back.
Yeah, I'm glad they did because he made this iconic franchise. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the movie that made me like slashers because before that we had talked about this where they were very you know, it was just like dude chasing girl.
It's grotesque and it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be so intimate either. Like when they cut people,
right?
Like it doesn't, you know, because being a knife already is kind of crazy.
Ooh, that's intimate enough.
Yeah, but them really getting in you and getting in your face is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So this is what, and also because it was like a whodunit and, you know, it was teens and they were my age. And so, you know, if you were to ask me what my favorite slasher is, it is definitely Scream. Yeah. So
I see, that's fair.
Another fun fact.
Yes.
So the actor who voices Ghostface on the phone, it's the same guy throughout every single movie.
See, I was wondering that because it sounded the same.
His name is Roger L. Jackson.
Okay.
And he actually voices the monkey on Powerpuff Girls.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you kidding me right now?
I am not kidding you.
What?
And he was supposed to be a stand-in, just a temporary in the first movie so that the actors had somebody to play off of.
Right.
And then they would do somebody else later, but he turned out being so good as a voice actor.
Perfect.
So it's just been him this whole
way.
time. And he's, what's the monkey's, Mojo Jojo? He is the monkey on Powerpuff Girls.
Are we serious? I love the Powerpuff Girls. That's crazy.
Isn't your icon a Powerpuff Girl right now?
Yeah, I made like a little Powerpuff Girl. Super cute, but that is insane. That's actually insane. I did not know that. Well, you have better fun facts or just like fun facts in general. I don't know. I just like kind of wanted to talk about the movie drops, the name drops in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
And like which movies they talked about and everything like that. So for the first movie, 1989, they talked about Silence of the Lambs, Hellraiser, Halloween 1,000 times.
1,000 times, yes.
And then in the second movie, they did It Follows, Hereditary, and The Babadook.
Yes.
And I also wanted to talk about the differences in those movies and how horror has changed over time.
Yeah.
It got more, I don't know, like elevated horror. That's what they called it.
That's what she said.
Yeah, elevated horror as time goes by, when back then it was just like slasher. Even though Silence of the Lambs, don't get me wrong, it's kind of like a psychological, so
definitely.
It's deep. But most of them back then were just like cut and scream and fall and
creature and this and that. And that's fine because we've talked about how audiences have gotten more sophisticated over time. And so, of course, storytelling has to change.
Right.
And when you watch an old horror movie, you're like, I know it's not a question of who the killer is or even why they're killing. It's just, let me get away from this killer.
Exactly.
That was it. And so now audiences want to know the who, the why, the what, the where. We want to know everything.
All of it.
And I think that's what made the first Scream movies so much fun, because it answered those questions when maybe nobody was asking them yet.
Exactly.
And so they said, well, we're gonna do a whodunit, a mystery, wrapped up in this teen movie slasher.
And so, of course, it was a hit. Of course.
It was.
Right?
It really was.
I think I'm not gonna give full credit, but the monologue at the end of the horror movies when they like spill all their beans and they say why they did it and everything was kind of iconic.
Yes.
And it like follows and treks for the rest of the horror movies during like my time and everything. You have to always have a moment.
Right. We have to know why you did it.
Why?
And so the first movie was really fun because Stu, also we love Stu.
Stu.
I mean, he's so toxic and
he's my favorite character, honestly.
He is great. He's got some great lines. His delivery is so great.
So good.
We love you, Stu. But he thought that they were doing it for one reason, but not knowing that Billy had another reason.
Exactly.
Mommy issues.
It's always mommy issues.
It always is. Pull up all the serial killers right now.
With mommy issues.
Mommy issues all through that list.
White Shot, a list of all the movies with mommy issues. I will make it later, I promise.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Seriously, though.
Because it's always so prevalent. Like, why?
It really is. But, you know, it was a great thing. And he had a really great line. I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget. And how he said, movies don't create psychos. They make psychos more creative. A Billy Loomis line. And I thought that was fascinating for him to say because it's not wrong.
No, I don't think so, right? Yeah.
I mean, because how many times did they say art imitating life, imitating art and all of that? And so, you know, we have to, as screenwriters, get more creative and go further and go, you know, crazier and bloodier and all that stuff. And so, you know, are we?
And then someone who's a little off watches that and like, Well, you know what? That's genius. I didn't even think about that. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Don't do
I
that.
promise, don't do that.
Do not do that.
But
no.
yes.
There was another really interesting quote in the final moment for the second movie where Richie asked, how can fandom be toxic? It's about love. And that's a very interesting question.
Because the thing about that is that, of course, fandom is built off of a love for this thing, this IP or this product or whatever. But of course, that fandom can get toxic when anything deviating from the original source material deviates from the original source material.
Right.
And people were like, no, it has to be the same all the time. And it's like, okay, you know, but it's really hard because of course Scream was going to get a sequel and then another movie and then another movie. And it's not going to be the same as the original one. So it's kind of hard and unfair to put people in the box of this one movie during this one time.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And even when something's adapted from a book into a series or a movie, and they're like, that's not how I saw it in my head. And they're two different mediums. And it's, as someone who adapts things, it's really difficult to take something that is 100,000 words long, that is able to get into their psyche and their motivations and everything that they are thinking, and turn it into something that's purely visual.
Exactly.
And you don't have voiceover and you don't have, all the tropes.
And it's unrealistic to say, do it exactly the same.
Right.
Like, you can't.
The toxicity, I think, really comes from parasocial relationships, because people put the parasocial on celebrities, but I'm noticing they put it on characters as well.
They do.
And
they 100% do.
And so they feel certain ways about their characters, and they are so rabidly stuck on protecting that thing,
that character.
And if anybody writes something that's different or says something that's different, they're coming for you.
Right.
And so, yes, Richie, you can have toxic fandom.
You can absolutely have toxic fandoms. And I think it's inevitable if something goes long enough and gets enough of a following, it's going to get a little crazy and a little rabid.
Yeah. Oh, well. Don't do it.
Please don't. Let's keep it cool.
Yeah, let's just enjoy things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're doing. We are just fangirling out about all our favorite things.
Enjoying the arts of things, because I don't think anything can be perfect, because of course we're watching a movie that we didn't make. So we're not going to think it's perfect because we would have done this and we would have done that. But that's not what happened. Someone else created this story, and let's just watch it and appreciate it for what they did and what they created.
Absolutely. Go into things wanting to like it, and also like it or enjoy it for what it is, not what you expected it to be.
Exactly.
If you're saying like, oh, I thought it was going to be XYZ,
well, that's okay.
Yeah, that's not what it was though.
And also, fan fiction exists.
Yes.
Y'all who write fan fiction, y'all are amazing. Change the ending.
And get characters together that you want to.
That's the amazing thing about writing and creation like that. Change it.
I'm so glad you said that, because I have one more thing I want to talk about before we do our fun facts.
Yes.
I mean, our ending. Did you think that Stu and Billy were queer-coded?
Yes. I'm so glad you said that, really, because my brain is already hardwired to look at queer couples automatically. Like, I love Young Royals and I love Heartstopper and I love Red, White, and Royal Blue. Like, I love all of those movies.
Right.
So I'm like, the bromance could be a romance.
Well, and the actor for Stu said yes.
He did?
Yes. He has come out and said, yes, he always thought it was. I have a quote from the screenwriter.
Oh,
he said,
my goodness.
He was very hesitant to present the gay side of himself in his work.
Ooh.
And looking back, he said, I'd maybe be braver. Maybe I wouldn't be that shy little gay writer who felt like he couldn't get away with it. So he felt things were just coming out in his art because it's who he is.
Waiting to break through.
Exactly. And so when he looks back at the two characters, he was like, yeah, they're absolutely queer-coded. And I would have gone further had I written Scream 1 today.
Yes.
So I thought you'd love that.
I love that. And I really did I wish too. And I'd even watch like a short story or like a short film that he'd make, and he'd just change it a little bit. I'd watch that royally.
I know you would.
Oh my goodness. I love that. And I love that he's able to identify now that he's like, this may have been wanting to come out and it would have been okay if I would have let it out.
Exactly.
I love that. Wait, what is their ship name? I need to know their ship name.
Oh, if there's one already that exists, let us know. I have no idea.
So it's Stu and Billy.
Stilly?
Stilly? Or Batu?
Did you say Badoo?
Batu.
We're gonna end here.
What? All I'm saying, spelled out,
What's your takeaway?
My takeaway is actually kind of garbage. I'm sorry, Gen Z. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna let you know. I let you down immediately.
Oh my God.
Honestly, my takeaway was love your creations. And I think with the Scream franchise, with everyone that was involved in it the whole entire time, everyone really liked the franchise and they appreciated it for what it did. Right. And even in the new movies, they're like, oh, I watched the ones in the 90s and I watched those and I really loved them. And it is relayed in their work. So when you love your creations and love your art and love your work, it comes out and you can see it and we can appreciate it.
That's not garbage.
Fine. But I feel like you have a really good one. That's why I said mine's garbage. Like if we're weighing them, which we are weighing them, this is a war.
This is a war. And
you see the counter?
We're tied.
We're tied.
Okay. So mine is a mini rant.
Okay.
About movies in general.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Put liquid in the damn cup. Install curtains on the damn windows. And lock the damn door.
Oh, wait, because period. Because they never.
They walk in the door and they just slam the door and keep walking in their house. And I'm like, bro, do you not know what kind of movie you're in?
And that's why Ghostface just walked up in your house.
Walking straight in there. Okay?
Yes.
Lock the door. And also when you pick up a cup, we can hear when you put it down and it's got nothing.
It's just air.
And you're holding it and if there's nothing in it.
Please.
And if I see one more house with no curtains in it and they can see all up in your house and you can't even see outside, stop.
No, you're real for that.
Yes.
That's real.
That's my mini rant.
Facts. Honestly, the liquid in the cup, it be getting me too because there's nothing in there. At least put water in there.
I know you're an actor, but I haven't seen one actor that's been able to do that right.
Yeah, no. If it's light, it's light.
It is what it is.
Good takeaway.
All right. To our producer.
I'm nervous.
He just said both of us should lose?
I said, what if both you guys lose? What if I can't decide on a winner?
Oh, okay.
He decided to clarify and say, what if I can't decide on a winner? But we took that as there's no winners.
Nope, sorry.
I'm sensitive. There has to be a winner.
You're not allowed to get off on that one. I want you to pick a winner.
I'm cuter, so you have to pick.
Since you both have hats on, I'm gonna give the win to.
He based a winner on the hat. I think we need to find a new way to judge ourselves.
Bring it next episode.
I brought it this episode. She even thought I won.
And that's why you dress to impress.
The hat is so cute. I love it.
No, yeah, she delivered today.
Exactly. So he has to choose between his wife and his daughter.
And he chose his daughter.
This is going to be a long night, y'all.
We appreciate you watching Our Two Gens. Please subscribe to this channel to get notified when new episodes drop weekly. You can find our podcast on Spotify and Apple. And don't forget to subscribe to Our Two Gens on Patreon and join the conversation on Discord.